Introducing to you firstly in the blue corner, wearing shorts that bear the cross of St. George. He weighed in at 9 stone exactly, boxing this evening in his 42nd professional contest from Bradford, the Yorkshire Warrior, Jake Pollard. And his opponents across the ring in the red corner, wearing black and white shorts. He weighed in at 9 stone 4 ounces. He brings to the ring a perfect professional record of 1 win from 1 contest. That win coming by way of knockout. He's a former England amateur and national champion from Sheffield, the natural Nohmaan Hussain. Your timekeeper is Barry Pinder of Sheffield. Your referee is Andy Brook from Leeds.
Boxers, you both know the rules.
Support of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. You have Sheffield,
This is a featherweight bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds.
Nohmaan Hussain taking the next step of his professional boxing career.
Yeah, perfect record
Seconds
so far.
out, round 1.
1 fight, 1 win by stoppage. He sold 200 tickets tonight as well, Hussain. So he's brought a good crowd with him. Jake Pollard doesn't get stopped very much. He has lost all 41 of his contests, but only three of those have come inside the distance. So he knows how to survive.
And he's come straight out here today with his wrestling mask on, and he's come to throw some big shots. He's swinged and missed with a big right hand just before. Nohmaan controlling the range quite well, but you know, when you got these fighters, aesthetically just looking like maybe he shouldn't be in the ring with, a former England fighter.
Yeah.
They're the banana skins, they really are. They're the fighters where you take off your eye off the ball, that big head of hair that's flinging with every shot that's thrown. No, seriously, what it's like being at the...
You got to be careful of that,
Because as soon as one punch lands against the 0-41 away corner, Jake Pollard, it amplifies it. Everything's a bit worse.
I get it. There's some hairdo he's got there, Mr. Pollard. I bet you wish you had hair like that, Sonny.
I can have hair like that if I want.
Yeah.
It just starts a bit further back.
Well, I had mine put back in, mate, so it's all good.
You haven't got a number, have you? But Nohmaan here, establishing the range, establishing the pace of the fight. Looking to snatch a bit there at the opportunities, and I feel like if he just let it flow out a little bit more, he wouldn't miss the opportunities right now that he might be missing.
Yeah, just a little bit over-eager, a little bit keen. Listen, like I said there, I highlighted, good amateur pedigree, and he comes here and he's only having his 2nd fight, sold 200 tickets, so, I think he's the biggest ticket seller on here, and sometimes it's easy, Sonny. You've done it. You've been there at that stage where you want to impress your fans, don't you? And you can get a little bit carried away. You lose your fundamentals and a little bit too keen, and that's what he seems to be doing a little bit here. Hussain is just trying a little bit too hard. Needs to settle down a bit.
Yeah, and that was nice there from Nohmaan. You see Pollard try and squeeze his guard and hold the lead hand of Nohmaan. Nohmaan didn't panic, he kept it there, he slightly adjusted and found the right hand whilst his lead hand was getting tied up. So, the wily tricks of the old seasoned journeyman who's had 41 professional fights, no less. That's 41 times the amount of boxing experience in a professional ring that Nohmaan has got. He's trying to do his little tricks here in the early first round, but I think at the end of those levers, he's going to stay for the majority of this fight, to be honest.
I've got to be honest, I think the same. There's a solid look about Jake Pollard. There really is. You don't go 41 fights, no wins, and only 3 of those coming by the way of stoppage. He's boxing a lot of prospects, so it tells you he's very durable, very capable. And from what we see in that opening round, that's exactly what he's done. And the man, Hussain, won the round and won it comfortably, trying a little bit too hard in that opening round. He just needs to settle down, pick his shots a little bit more, try and break through that guard of Pollard, but Hussain winning that one and winning it quite comfortably.
Yeah, Pollard looking to take deep breaths. He's listening to his corner. You know, he's got Jimmy Harrington peering through the ropes, giving him an ear advice. I mean, he's been in the corner of many a good fighter,
Tyson
Josh
Fury.
Warren and Tyson Fury, just to name
Corners,
a
10 seconds.
a part of the team, especially in that sort of side of the world. But
Seconds out. Round 2.
I wonder what advice would you be giving to Jake Pollard after that first round?
Listen, mate, just keep doing what you're doing. Listen, look, Jake Pollard obviously earns his money on the road. He looks to fight every week, looks to go the distance to go and earn. And you can earn a good living doing that, by the way. My advice would be, listen, this kid's got long levers, he's heavy-handed, he's ambitious. Just do yourself a favour, keep nice and tight, let him know you're in there, you know, to keep popping out the shots so that he doesn't take any liberties, but do what you do best, and that's survive.
And I think right now, Jake Pollard is a bit damned if you do, damned if you don't, because Nohmaan's really not letting him get away with making many mistakes.
No.
Every little bit of a look, or even just hesitation at the end of range, he's getting punished for it. Not all of these shots are getting completely through, but they're touching the gap, and then he's going round the side. Look, there we go. His hair gets in the way of his face momentarily, Jake Pollard.
But you know what I like about Pollard, yeah? When you look at the record and you just think, right, he's come to survive. But he's actually letting the shots go, you know. When Hussain is letting the body shots go, letting the shots, Pollard responds quick. He's dangerous, you know. He's like, you got to be careful with him because you have that momentarily relapse, a moment of relaxation, switching off, and you'd be made to pay for it.
Yeah, 100%. And it doesn't even feel like there's not even anything in Pollard's shots. He seems quite strong, but Nohmaan is classily here, just using all of his attributes, using his boxing acumen and his ring prowess to hold the centre of the ring, take little adjustments. He doesn't have to move massively. He's not trying to run away from his opponent. He's making slight adjustments, getting a slightly better look in, and he's landed pretty much at will, Nohmaan here. Yeah. It's hard to pick apart anything what Nohmaan's doing because nothing's really standing out, but it's just a consistent level of success. He's just landing, you know, comes back with a jab, lands back down to the body. It's just like a meticulous pattern of the fight.
Yeah, it's hard because the pattern of the fight is not going to change from this round to the fourth. I think we're going to see that Pollard is there. He's standing there. He's letting him know he's in the fight, keeping his hands high, and Nohmaan Hussain is trying to open it, you know, trying to find the holes, but not quite getting through, but, you know, giving it everything he can. And I think what you see now is what you're going to see for 4 rounds. This is the pattern, you know.
Good shot, though, as Pollard opens up. Nohmaan catches him with the left hook on the way out. Oh, they tangle up. Be careful of the legs there as they go down.
That's it.
He kind of fell awkwardly.
Yes, we've seen some bad accidents in our time with that, where the ankles twist, you know, bones are broke. That can be a dodgy thing, that. So I'm glad they both come out well. Back to action.
Just showing his punches a bit there at the end of the man. I know it's probably a harsh criticism as he's done so much well, but he's just giving him that little look into what's happening before, because he's showing that he's tense and he's showing that he's coming. Maybe if he disguised it a little bit more, had a walk, you know, try to disguise that he's going for a breather. I know it's hard in the 4 round, though. It is, because Pollard might just sit out at the end and nothing happened for that period of time. But I don't know, I think he could be taking
try and
his
draw the
opponent.
leads, try and draw the leads a little bit, set a couple of traps.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do. At the moment, what he's doing is good. It's predictable. Let's be honest, it's predictable. And I think, yeah, look, you got to allow it. That he's only having second fight, big crowd in. He's a good fighter. He's got a lot of capabilities. You know, all I'm doing here is just trying to pick a couple of things that he can maybe improve on. And I think
Corners, 10 seconds.
Try and set a few traps, you know, try and create a few holes, but easier said than done with someone like Jake Pollard, who's
round 3.
An experienced old campaigner who really is tough as old boots.
Yeah, of course, and I think he's just doing what he has to be honest, Nohmaan. I think, yeah, it's often a criticism, you know, we expect the fighters to start pushing up the gears and get the knockouts, but at the same time,
I think their legs went a little bit there, and Pollard was forced to hold a little bit there. Just before I said that, I was going to say, I've been trying to think who Jake Pollard looks like, and do you know who he reminds me of?
who?
Why are you smiling? That's a good fight. I said, why are you smiling? Edwin Valero. Look at his face, right? Cut the barnet off. Take the barnet off.
Or the side profile. It's the side profile. It's the
face.
side profile.
It's the face. He's got that like Venezuelan look about him, you know.
And he's got the tattoos to boot.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I was trying to work it out. I'm thinking, he reminds me of someone. Edwin Valero. Some of you people may not know. God rest his soul. Is no longer with us, but he was one of the greatest fighters. And a lot of people talked about him being better than Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. All of those guys, undefeated in 27 fights, 27 KOs. Not sure he went past 4 or 5 rounds. Incredible talent, and unfortunately, his life ended tragically. But back to this one.
And I'm pretty sure Pollard would wish he shared a similar level of talent
Wow.
as the late, great Edwin Valero did.
Could you imagine that?
But right now, he's getting outworked, outgunned, outmaneuvered, out pretty much everything you can describe in a boxing ring right now,
Yeah.
I think.
The only thing he's doing in there right now is toughing it out. Let's be honest.
He's showing a lot of heart.
He's showing a lot of heart, man. I respect the guy for that. So the old legs have played up a couple of times in this round, and some good right hands that have been landed. But to his credit, he's sticking with it, man. He's like pushing forward, tough as old boots. Again, you know, as we've talked about with a couple of fighters that are on this bill tonight, you go, you know what? They're sort of like the backbone of British boxing. That's what they're all about. You know, this is what the prospects like Hussain need to learn their trade.
Yeah, and I feel right now he's got a very relaxed corner. You've got Brendan Warburton from the Sheffield City Boxing Club. You've got Tommy Monday in there and Ian Alcock, the legendary Ian Alcock as well. They're just sat there chilling, and they're not really shouting too much. I think they're happy with what their man's doing. I don't think they're in too much stress or worried that the pattern of this fight is going to change from 3 minutes ago when you said it wouldn't, or 6 minutes ago when you said it wouldn't, Spence.
Yeah, it was a pretty fair shout, to be fair. The pattern stayed very similar, with Pollard just trying to survive, Hussain looking for openings. He's had more success in this round, to be fair. Hussain, he's sort of created a few openings. Good uppercut went in again there. Couple of body shots, and you think Pollard felt the weight of that one a bit, but again comes back. Look at that.
Yeah, but a few just start, you know, they start cracking the shell. And I think Pollard, you can see why he's not been stopped much. You can see why he's a very hard fighter. Not maybe to beat, but to get out of there early. He's strong, he's tough, he's been getting caught with quite a lot of clean shots. To be fair to him, a lot of the 0-41-esque fighters, they don't have any of a go. They're doing the corner to corner to corner like we spoke about earlier. But to be fair to Jake Pollard, he's sat right in front of him, he's phoned back pretty much every time there's been shots coming his way. He's trying really hard.
He's giving it a go, mate, you know, credit where credit's due. If Jake Pollard is the type of fighter, you're not going to get him out of there over 4 rounds. You're going to need 6, 8, maybe even 10, you know, to, like you said, a good analogy was crack that shell, you know, crack that shell. He's a tough old campaigner, man.
Seconds out, 4th and final round.
Starting to mark up a little bit there. Pollard as well under both eyes. Shows you what he's had to go through here against the taller, stronger Nohmaan Hussain.
And you can see Nohmaan's come out and really tried to establish a few bit more spiteful, stiffer shots. They're not getting loaded up. He's not swinging in. He's not transferring his whole body weight. But you can see he's trying to just turn the knuckle in a little bit more. You know, try and get a reaction out of his opponent.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it, but...
Stop boxing! Turn your hooks on!
Corner's starting to urge him on a little bit now as well. I think they want an impressive finish. They want to keep that 100% record of knockouts. At the moment, 1-0 with 1 KO. Can he make it 2-0 with 2 KOs? One thing's for sure, he's winning the rounds and winning them convincingly, but Jake Pollard is proven stubborn in there. He certainly is, and he's biting on that old gum shield. Every time you think he's cracking, he comes back.
Really starting to try and give himself the work to room, the room to work. Here. He's trying to take that little split inches now and really make him pay. But again, I think it's that little extra bit he's trying to put on the punches that's making the accuracy land on the gloves, or just giving Pollard that little bit of time to brace, move a bit, put his head down.
Do you know what he's doing? What he's doing here, Hussain, is what you're watching.
Oh, nice.
He's throwing the shots. But if you watch him, son, he's not putting the shots together. Everything's a single, like you say. It's that split second between the shots. And if he would throw them in a flurry, and then come back again, that's the type of thing that makes the cracks appear bigger.
Yeah, or start anticipating. I feel like he's throwing at the space where it is because of the static guard, but he's not anticipating the change in movement as not all the time. But I feel like we're being very harsh critics now.
When the fighters get that, I think that comes with experience, and if you've got that talent, we are being harsh critics. But I think that people like Nohmaan, Hussain, they want to hear that so they can go back to the gym and work on it. We can talk about the stuff he's doing good all night.
There's so much of it. There's
so much of it.
There's only so many rounds you can talk about a landing shot and making a miss.
Constructive criticism. I got to say there though, he landed 2 big right hands. The first one especially. Pollard done well to soak that up.
I feel like he just changed the angle a little bit with it.
Yeah,
he come a bit higher up, a bit more over around the side.
Like a Gennady Golovkin type shot. He chopped it down, put the weight in it, and Jake Pollard will be glad to hear this 4th and final bell.
You can see him chopping in the shots in now. Look, he's letting his hands go. There's 10 seconds left. The man looking to push for a stoppage, whilst Pollard's looking to push for a cuddle. Little tap on the back of the head just for good measure. 4 rounds in the bag. Jake Pollard, in my eyes, won't come on the top side of that decision, but a worthy competitor.
Yeah, he done well.
Nonetheless.
The hair's still looking good, by the way.
Looking better now than it did at the beginning.
It's like a little bit of wet look in there now. It looks nice. Good performance there from both guys. Jake Pollard showed a lot of courage there. Very, very impressed with that. Loses again on our scorecards, loses every round, but comes out with credit, Done what good journeymen do and give Nohmaan Hussain the rounds that he needed. That'll be a valuable learning fight in Hussain's career. Let's see where he goes.
Before we announce the result, can you please put your hands together for both boxers? After 4 rounds of action, we go to referee Andy Brooks' scorecard. He scores the contest 40 points to 36 points in favour of your winner. From Sheffield, the natural, Nohmaan Hussain!